Cool. Can everyone see the screen?
Yep. Clear.
So, okay, guys. Well, thanks for coming on. This will be an interactive. I want this session to be discussion session, and we'll discuss this towards the end of this chat that I'm gonna have. So, this little talk here that I created was it's gonna be about 20 minutes, and it's going to be really discussing about my personal experiences, I must say, in the past. How long has it been? 2015, 26, 2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. In the past 6 years, I started learning. So it's really going to be a personal experiences, learning of me going through tech and me really understanding the landscape of technology and me sharing my thoughts with you on how to really succeed in tech. Because to jump into tech, you can have an average career, but you can also have a very good career. So it really depends on what you want to have. So, guys, let's move on. Now, who am I? Well, just a brief background. I graduated from finance actually. I worked various corporate jobs from Samsung to OCBC Bank in sales, in marketing. I worked in logistics. I worked in various jobs. I was just like everyone else. I didn't even know any IT. I did a lot of sales roles, marketing roles. But halfway through, I realized that, hey, I really wanted more for myself. It's not that I didn't like those jobs. They were actually good paying, decent business jobs. But I realized that I wanted to try technology. So I spent one whole year in my room, locked up in my room every day, 7 days a week, didn't go out and just learn programming for one whole year. And here's the thing, I enjoyed it. I liked it so much to stay in my room and not go out. Maybe that was just me, but I enjoyed sitting in front of a computer 12, 13 hours a day, just learning 7 days a week. After that, 1 year of learning back in 2015, 2016, I did software dev role, freelance role, tech sales, tech consultancy. And then lastly, I like startups, so I started Hacker Collective, and which later on became Sigma School as well, a rebrand. And I led a team of 10 developers and been working on software projects for the past 2 years. And now we're still continuing and we're building more software projects. And that's my experience so far. So let's firstly jump straight to the points here. I think everybody wants to be a software dev and they want to understand what the landscape is like. So before I jump into what the skills are or what you need to do to succeed in software, I want to talk about the journey of a software developer and what's the salary like. And this is for a decent, good software developer going through their career. Those are the salary ranges. Those year is the estimate year. Now, if you look at all the skill sets a software developer needs at every stage of the way, you're going to see 3,000 ringgit a month, 4,000 ringgit, 6, 8, 10, 12, 16, 25,000 ringgit a month. This is not 100% guaranteed, but this is just a general estimation. So look at the very beginning of the software developer career. You spend most of your time writing software development. As you go towards the middle of your career, you notice now you will have more of working on the project as a whole, learning how to architect a system, how to design a system. And finally, as you come towards the end, you're moving more towards business/managing development roles. So software developer, software architect, software chief lead tech, software business. It progresses along the spectrum, right? Towards writing code, designing code, managing teams, managing the business, all from a tech perspective. This is one angle. Some people say, I do not like to work on the business side. That's fine. Actually, there's another angle where you just focus very in depth in software. That's fine as well. But the general career path move along this line from building to developing to designing and then to managing. That's the important part about a software development career. And it's good to understand this career path. Why? Only when you understand the career path can you then make good decisions on how you want to go up the scale. And here's a trick I want to tell you. Most software developers can progress well from 3 to 4 to 6 to 8, but where they stop is they don't progress up further to the 10, 12, 16, 20. They don't progress further up here. In fact, I can tell you right now, a lot of developers struggle at the 4 to 6K mark, and they remain there and they never go beyond there. There's a little barrier here. Because look, anything after 6K, look why right here. Managing a dev team, architecting a system, managing, architecting. Most people do not progress out of software developer and become software architect. And if you do not become a software architect, you can never manage software project. So remember this progression: software developer, software architect, software manager / software lead. You have to go along this spectrum if you want to progress in your career. I myself have to go through this career, but I hack it along the way. So I actually, within 4 to 5 years, I already become fully everything already. But how I hack it, I'll tell you later as well. So right now, I'm literally like I am the CTO of my own company and I manage everything. I had to do all this myself. Now, so that's something where we can try and I'll share with you along the way how you could potentially shorten this timeline. But this is roughly the scale of it. So it brings us back to the point of the first important step. If you want to go along that pay scale and you want to really progress well, is you have to firstly plan your career very well. I cannot stress it enough. Most developers that I see, especially just any developer out there, they do not plan. They don't plan a career. When you plan, and when I say plan, I mean you have a very clear path of not just I want to be a software developer. No, you need to plan what exactly you want to do in software. Plan towards your goal. Plan even on the technology stack. Look at this picture. This picture tells you that there are many paths towards just learning front end. Which framework you use, what technology, JavaScript, Vue, what database, a lot of different technologies. In the very beginning, you have to plan well because the technologies you choose decides how you progress in your software career. How did I plan for this? The path I chose, I make sure I research a lot. One simple tip: anytime you learn a new technology, always research beforehand. Go online and make sure what is the best technology. I give everyone a simple story. Last time I worked in a company. Okay, the company asked me to come in and learn and do React for front end. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. I was learning React. I was a junior developer. I was learning React. Oh, I like it a lot. I saw React got a lot of potential. I learned. I did a React project for 2 months. 3 months in, after 2 months, the company said, hey, I'm sorry, the React project got cancelled. We have another project actually that came out called Angular, learning Angular. I look up Angular and I knew Angular was a bit of not a very promising technology stack. But I said, oh, don't worry, just learn up. This is a good project as well. You can work on it. It's a 6-month project. You will learn things along the way as well. But I felt that Angular didn't help my career. I quit the job. Just because of that. But maybe you don't have to go to that extreme. But what I want to tell you is that if a company gives you even a good pay, but the point is you are not using the correct technology stack, I personally believe that the tools you use determine the fate of yourself as a developer. Because if you use the wrong tools and you go down the wrong path, you will learn the wrong things and you end up wasting your time. So proactively plan your career, what you want to be. Front end, back end, full stack, data science. If it's front end, what tech stack? If it's back end, what tech stack? Understand your tech stack. Very important. This is a picture, and just to stress the point is that there's many different technologies out there, many things, many things. Okay. As a very good developer, it looks like a lot here, but this is not even 10% of the technologies out there. This is just 10% of them, okay? There's actually thousands of very famous software technologies out there. Looking at this, if you were a very serious developer, you would probably know at least 60% of what this technology does. At least understand it, you will know 60% of it. It looks like a lot. But you ask me personally, I mean, I'll say 50% I know what they are, right? Just because as a software developer, you need to really understand your landscape very well. Learn each of different technologies and figure out which one to go for. So if you look in here, application development software, development languages, you got Golang, you got R, you got PHP, you got Node. Choose the good one to go for and then stick to that and then learn in that space, right? Non-relational database, relational database. So in each little square, there's something very unique. Choose one of them and then go for the best one, because the rest would not be as good. I mean, the rest would die out, but find for the best technology and then learn from that technology. Then you learn in that space. In this case here, message-oriented middleware. You got Kafka, MQTT, ActiveMQ, RabbitMQ, OpenWhisk. Okay? 5 years ago, people have told you all of them were good. But right now, guess what? Kafka is the king. All of them, the rest are like much more places. Kafka is king. All the jobs, everybody say, oh, you do Kafka, you do Kafka, you do Kafka. I pay you extra premium. If you learned Apache OpenWhisk or MQTT, you'll be nowhere near in demand as someone in Kafka. If you learn MQTT, you will have lost out and waste your time. How do you know whether Kafka is going to be the king? How you know that? How you place your bets? That's where you do research. You have to research. Think of this like a stock market. You have to invest your time and yourself in the correct technology. If you invest in the correct technology, you will be the winner. You invest in a lousy technology, well, you wasted your time. You learn something. Yes, you still learn something, but you learn, the technology that was dying. That is the only constraint. In relational database management, you can see over here, MySQL, Postgres, and MariaDB, right? Same thing here. Postgres, the clear winner. MySQL, MariaDB, they're all third place, fourth place. So Postgres is the king. You know Postgres, you do very well. So this is my message, is learn to navigate the ecosystem when you do planning. Next. So yes, here's what we talk about. If you do not get good opportunities, create one for yourself. Now, I wanted to hack it. I didn't want to just be a developer. And yes, I tried applying for some jobs. I got some good jobs. But what I realized was I wanted to move faster. So guess what? Either I hired myself, or if I couldn't afford to hire myself, meaning just like work on my own, like literally like go and get freelance projects immediately. Well, why not build your personal projects? Learn to create opportunities, right? If you want to see yourself as a CTO material or a software architect material, but nobody want to give you the role because, hey, you don't have enough experience. You need working for 2 years, not working for 8 years. Fine. Do your own projects and be your own software architect. That is how you will get to move faster. So for me, for example, myself, I wanted to become a CTO. Okay. I didn't have the practical experience. Nobody will give me, a junior person, 2, 3 years, 4 years, a CTO role. So I said, I will make myself my own CTO, and I will literally I will hire myself as CTO. Luckily for me, I got a startup, I got my own business. I can afford to hire myself as a CTO. Now, even if you hire yourself CTO, make sure you can play that role well. I'm a CTO. I have to make the right decisions to architect the right software. So I have to learn. I force myself to become a CTO to learn. You can't just slap a title on yourself, call yourself CTO, and that's it. No, you actually have to practice and become a CTO. But what I'm saying here is you can hack it. Don't wait 10, 20 years. You can do it now. Sure, label yourself CTO, but actually go and do the work like CTO. So take opportunities that give you the CTO role. Don't think like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. Take it, but try and deliver. You must really try and deliver. It's not easy. It's not easy if you become a CTO because you have no one to learn from you, but you must believe in yourself. And then you become the opportunity, you get it, and you become a CTO. Or if not CTO, at least software architect or senior person. But create the opportunities for yourself. The easiest way is to do your personal project. Because personal project, you have no risk, and you can prove to people that, hey, I'm a software architect. Look at this project. I designed the whole thing myself. And people go, wow, you are software architect material. Oh, okay, that's great. So this is one way to really jumpstart your career. Learn the art of learning. This is another tip I cannot stress as well. When you want to learn, especially in software, what I realized was I enjoyed learning a lot. I enjoyed it a lot. So you have to figure out what you want to learn. So that's the very first thing, right? I understand what it is you really want to learn, then focus on it very, very well. Secondly is, of course, optimize your learning environment. Make sure you're in the right environment where you can learn well. If you're going 12, 13 hours a day learning, or even after work, 3, 4 hours, make sure you're in the right environment. Learning can be a very tiring journey. Learning can drain a lot of your brain power. But when you optimize your learning environment, make sure you're sitting in the right chair. Even the right chair, having the right laptop, the right screen, having the right music. I even went to the point of optimizing my smell, using scents, using essential oil. Go and buy 15 ringgit, go and buy some essential oil like peppermint oil. It focuses your brain and ability to read books, watch technical videos, and really focus better. So optimize your learning environment. I cannot stress it enough. And lastly, learn from others. The only way to really speed up your learning is not to rely on yourself, but learn from other people. So talk to senior developers. If you get stuck, go on chat rooms, talk to people. I think that when you start talking to people, you are definitely going to learn so much faster than you struggling on your own. Although there is benefits to struggling on your own and trying to figure out things on your own, but when you ask other people, when they tell you the answers, you learn faster. And that is why also in Sigma School, we have the concept of mentors. Mentors there to really help you when you're struggling, so you do not waste a lot of time. You can get to the answers faster. That is the key point. Now, this one is something that is very useful, that will really jumpstart your learning or jumpstart your progress a lot. Give yourself tools to succeed. Why I say this, and I'll go into specifics. And when I was starting my development career, I must say that I was quite lucky. I had a very fast typing speed, even in high school. So if you are a carpenter, or if you are a tree cutter, or if you are a plumber or electrician, you need the right tools. Without the right tools, you cannot do your job well. Now, coder, the tools is the computer and is typing. That is the tools and skills of the coder, right? Typing, you have to type. You have to have a computer. So typing speed, obviously, the faster you type, the more productive you become. The more productive you become, the faster you can learn, the faster you code. What's a good typing speed? Well, I'm going to say average, type it at 80, 70, 80. The faster you go, the better it is. 80 is a good typing speed. Don't try and go too. If your typing speed is too slow, you won't be able to code as fast as other people, and therefore your output will be less. Now, code editor, very, very important. What I would like to stress there is code editor. Everyone uses VS Code. Yes, it's good. It's the most powerful one. Learn the shortcut of code editor. Why? When you're coding so much, you need to always jump around the code, move different tabs. Code editor shortcut is very, very useful. So you save you time. If you save yourself 1 minute every hour, you just save yourself 1 extra minute every hour. I calculated in 1 whole week, 1 whole month, you have saved yourself 6 hours. if it's just 1 minute every week. And if you're working 7 days a week, you save yourself a good 6 hours just by you saving that 1 minute to type faster or have a better code editor shortcut key. So time is very important for developer. Vim, check it out, is a way to write your code very fast in your code editor Vim. Let me suggest one thing for everyone here. One thing you can do right now, go to your VS Code, go to your plugins, VS Code plugins, Control Shift X in your Windows or Command Shift X in your MacBook. Press that shortcut key, go and type the word Vim, install it. That's it. It will force you to write in Vim. What is Vim? Go and YouTube it. This Vim alone will make you a much more faster developer because you can do a lot of shortcut key when you type. Very, very powerful. So use good code plugins. A lot of things that make you more efficient. Dual screen, I cannot stress that enough. 2 screens is very useful than 1 screen. Don't go 1 screen. 1 screen is not efficient as a developer, right? Keyboard, well, if you want to, get a mechanical keyboard, sometimes it helps a lot. Screen lighting, it's always good to have yellow light. Do that. Yellow light is always known to make you less tiring on the eyes for certain people, so you can code longer as well and less tired, right? And lastly, diet and nutrition. Have a proper diet and nutrition, whatever works for you. For me, it was coffee right after lunch and tea to digest the food so I don't get sleepiness. And take a lot of vitamins and pills to make your brain alert. When you are a developer, especially down the road, when your learning skills make a big difference in your salary, you realize that spending 300, 400, 800 on supplements is actually worth it down the road. But start somewhere, because when you get supplement, if you can even just have better memory and think better, you can learn better. And when you can learn better, when you can learn faster, it boosts your salary by a lot. So that's why diet and nutrition is things that I think about as well as a developer. Very important. This is one simple one. ABL, always be learning. That's the famous movie from, I don't know which one, Steve Baldwin, I think. He has a sales movie called Always Be Closing. But this one I say for developers, always be learning. In software world, the only one thing that cause people to stagnate and cannot go above 8,000 ringgit in salary is they stop learning. They get comfortable with whatever technology they're doing and they're not willing to change the technology. That's why you think Malaysia is so famous for PHP. Because Malaysia PHP is a 20-year-old technology, but all our senior developers, because we have a lot of agency and not enough startups, we have a lot of agencies in Malaysia. And agencies do not have incentive to do new technology because agency is built for customer, get paid, move on, next project. They don't need to think long term. And because of that, the senior developers, a lot of senior developers in Malaysia, do not like to unlearn what they learned in the past. I learned PHP for 10 years. Why you want me to change to Golang or JavaScript? I don't want to change. I want to stick to what I'm doing because it is easy. I am lazy. I like what I'm doing. I'm good at it. I don't want to change. But when you don't change, it is very bad for your future career because you cannot progress beyond a certain point. Software always got new technology every year. I'm not saying change. I'm saying always learn the new technology out there and be willing to throw away your old knowledge for new knowledge. You must be willing to do that. That's the nature of software, throwing away something and then learning it again. And secondly, never stop pushing the boundaries. Always go beyond, always try to go to new territory in software, right? Let's say you learn web development already. Okay, try and go to mobile. Try and go to VR. It's still front-end development, but push the boundaries of what technology is about. Try to move forward towards new cutting-edge things that you don't understand. Why? Because when you move forward to things that you don't understand, you gain new ideas. When you gain new ideas, you become a better developer. Very important. Don't learn technology where it is always like similar thing. Angular, React, and Vue is very similar. You learn Vue, good enough already, right? Angular and React they're all in the same area of SPA application, single page application technology, right? But learn something funky like Elm, ELM. There is one new funky front end that is very different technology. Learn something like Svelte, SVELTE. There is some funky new technology for front end that does new things as well. So it is like you build a car, you learn how to build a car that takes petrol. Okay, you learn it one time, good. But then you learn how to build electric car. Oh, wow, that's very different. Even though it's a car, but now it's electric car. You see how it is very different, right? So fundamentally, never stop pushing the boundaries. Why is it? Oops, sorry. And lastly, for these tips, find the joy in coding. Learn to get excited by it. If you're not excited by it, you must find the excitement somewhere. Do not work on software and don't feel excited. If you don't feel excited by it or you're not interested by it, you will burn out, because software is not an easy field. You always have to be learning if you want to be good at it. If you do not find the exciting projects, you will burn out or you will just stagnate and be an average developer. So learn to always get excited. That's how one tip to learn how to get excited is learn many different things. Because sometimes people are very tired of learning one thing. Okay, web developer. I learned a bit of web development. Okay, after like within a day, right, I get tired of learning web development. I learned it for 3-4 hours. Okay, enough of web. Let me move to data science. I learned for 3-4 hours. Let me move to backend. I learned for 3-4 hours. You see how you jump your learning. You keep it fresh. It's like you're going to gym. You exercise the same muscle group and the same exercise every time. That muscle group is not going to grow. You must shock the muscle by doing a different exercise. That is how you shock the muscle. Same thing, shock your brain. If you're doing web development for maybe a few weeks, a few months, or a few days, you got bored, right? Change. Try something different. Try backend, try data science, try cybersecurity, whatever. Refresh your mind so it keep you excited always. Then you run back again to web development after you do a few data science a while. Then you go back. Then you see it restart your engine again. So that is one technique that I like to do. Of course, this is different from a lot of people, but I like to always switch things around. Now, the personalities you need to have as developer. Why I say this is because a lot of times people feel that, wow, this development thing is so difficult, it's so challenging. Is it for me? Is this thing for me? Let me tell you what you need to have as a developer. You need to enjoy the struggle of being lost, or accept that being lost and not knowing what to do is part of the journey of a developer. The trick is not, oh, I feel lost and you feel hopeless and scared. The trick is feel lost, but be like an adventurer. Learn to enjoy being lost and look at the trees, smell the flower. Don't be scared. Learn to just wander around and navigate. Look at the star, look at the moon and see the direction. Okay, where is north? Then direct yourself towards that direction. But basically, accept the fact that you will be lost, but learn to navigate the jungle well. When you navigate the jungle well, you can survive in the world of software, because software is, of course, a very complicated world sometimes. It can be quite, you can get lost, but navigate it. Talk to friends, talk to people, read books. They give you a lot of roadmap and idea of how to navigate this jungle. That is the point. And second personality you need to have, be persistent. Especially when you're stuck on problems. Just be able to struggle and focus on it and be persistent. Don't give up. I mean, it's common everywhere, but in software, you will always feel lost. You always feel that you're stuck. But when you are persistent, you will get it. So learn to really just not give up. And if it don't work from the front door, I like to tell people, you want to enter a house. The front door is locked, go by the side door. Side door lock, go by the back door. Back door lock, go up the roof and try to climb in through the roof. The point is try many methods first. Once you try different angle and it don't work, then ask for help. But be persistent. Don't give up when you just go through the front door, it don't work. Try many angles. Then you will know what works. And in the end, you try all 4 angles, front door, back door, side door, through the roof. You understand 4 different ways of how to do something. And if you're still lost, then talk to a mentor, talk to people. So, final section of this talk is really understand your learning path. Ask yourself, who do you want to be? And I think this picture a lot of people may have seen, and this applies to every field, not just software developer, but applies to other fields as well. Do you want to be a specialist or you want to be a broad generalist? Specialists only know one thing and know it very well. As you move along, you have a T shape. The T shape says that you have a broad general knowledge, but you specialize in one thing. This is very good for a mid-level developer. You know one thing very well, but you still have a broad knowledge about things. It is very good. And especially if you progress up your career, you either have to just focus, be increasingly more specialized, or you start having many broad knowledge and having multiple mini specializations. So ask yourself, do you just want to focus on one thing and do it very well, or do you want to have a broader knowledge? Both ways can still work, but it depends on you. And this goes along the last question I have here. Is it better to be a generalist or is it better to be a specialist? So, the generalist coder will end up in roles like CTO, CIO, tech manager, manager. You see the word manager, project manager, tech consultant. They are generalists. Generalists can play these kind of roles. Or do you want to be a specialist? The researcher, focus on the cutting edge technologies, the computer scientist, or someone who specializes in front end only, or back end, or tech lead. Depends ultimately which one will you become. And that is where I end my talk. Thank you very much. I would like to take questions from people. So yes, that's the end. Any questions from anybody or any discussion points, feel free to bounce out some ideas.
Hi Ming, Yahweh here. Yeah,
Hey,
thanks for the talk. Cool. So, one a quick question, like, how do you see the future of like a blockchain developer in yeah?
Okay, personally for me also, and we have had actually quite a few opportunities to even do blockchain project. Personally, why I didn't go into blockchain yet is because when I look at the practical applications of blockchain, and we have blockchain developers even in my company. We know people who do quite a bit of blockchain. The thing was, I didn't see any practical applications because blockchain fundamentally is talking about decentralization, right?
Yeah,
Meaning,
true.
but then I asked myself, we trust our government IC on their system database. We trust Amazon, Google, Facebook. We don't care if they are blockchain database or not. So this was more of a business thing for me. I did not yet see the practical applications of blockchain because I asked myself, in which business will I care whether they are blockchain or their normal database? If you can find me a business which you say that, oh, only if they're blockchain, I will use them. If they're not blockchain, if they are traditional DB, I will not use them. If you can find me a business that you can say that, then I say worth doing blockchain. If not, it's just a hype. But I want to say something. I believe quite bigly in the future of NFT. This is more of an NFT discussion thing, but basically to keep it short, why I like NFTs because the future of Web3, where the future of VR headset by Facebook and Meta, I believe that's coming personally, where we all will have glasses and we all can look into augmented reality. When that world comes, everybody will want to buy their digital avatar, buy their digital everything digital clothes, because now we have the hardware for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I am excited by that.
Yeah,
That will
when the
come in.
softwares come in, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
true.
software coming. So NFT will be interesting for the future. Then maybe blockchain will be then, but right now I don't see practical applications.
Mhm.
Down the road, yeah, it's a business thing, lah. And I'm happy to hear
Yeah,
thoughts
yeah.
as well, lah. Yeah,
In different kind of perspective, lah. True. Yeah.
yeah.
Because I did go through like those blockchain developer, kind of their salary is comparative higher than a conventional developer.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, that's why my only question, that's why I ask people is, what
Mhm.
business will you see use blockchain but won't use traditional DB? That's what I want to know. Does it? Because we have NEM in Malaysia, NEM used to be a very big blockchain advocate, now went bankrupt, right? They used to be at Glow Damansara, very nice office, closed down. I mean, I don't know why, but and I look at blockchain quite a bit, but I just don't know why. And something we can chat more as well for another discussion. But yeah,
Cool.
cool. Anything else from anyone about any questions? Oh, why don't we do one thing as well? Let's go around the table. I'm very curious to hear. Starting from maybe the Jiawei, then Yogan, then Steve, then Henry, then John, Jack, Kito, and Crystal. Which one will you become in your career, assuming you both specialists or generalists can both earn you equally good salary over 10-year period? Which will you become, specialist or generalist? Maybe okay, Jiawei, why don't you start first? Share your thoughts, just
Yeah.
like a few sentences. Which will you become and why? Then we go round.
All right. Thanks, Ming. Okay. So for me, I believe perhaps in the starting phase, I would go into specialist. All right. So get me hand dirty on only few tech stack. All right. So maybe end up in the future, perhaps get in on a startup or anything. Yeah. To managing stuff.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
That's my perspective in future lah.
So you see yourself becoming like a CTO, CIO, manager kind of thing down the road as well, tech manager.
Yep.
Cool. Yogan, how about you?
For me, I'll go for specialist coder because as per my knowledge now, I think I'll just go for front end lead at time being, I think.
Interesting. Okay, cool. Steven?
For myself, I think I would like to be a full stack lead lah, because I think it's better to control the whole cycle lah. Then everything will follow the flow. So there's I would like to control whole the project speed lah.
Nice, very good. Henry?
Yeah, Ming, yeah. Yeah, I see myself like actually I'm in the generalist side lah. Because I'm more into startups, I'm more into business because I like to how to say it's like coding is like I will learn, but I'm more into like how to say like you know making business with people, like talk about business. Then like we have many startups in one company, like Tesla like that.
Yep.
Yeah, so I see myself as a generalist like more into the like CTO one. Yeah.
Nice. Very good, very good. Okay, next, John. John, you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Cool.
I think I'll be generalist myself. I still learning but still need more like about experience a bit. In the future, I
Yes.
still learn more lah in the tech or the projects, the code.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Awesome. Jack? Yo, Jack, you there? Okay. While waiting for Jack. How about Kito? Very cool name. Kito, are you there?
Yes, I'm Kito.
Hey, Kito. Which one will you be, specialist or generalist, in the next 10 years?
Oh, actually, I am more to providing counseling to students. So I am not in the tech. I'm trying to understand what kind of uh what kind of jobs they can get.
Understand. Understand.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
I am
Awesome.
like an outsider.
Haha, no worries. We all like to explore here. But very
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
name you have. Very cool name you have.
Mm. Thank you.
Okay. And Crystal, which one are you? Journalist or specialist? Next 10 years.
Specialist front end lead, but not sure
Ooh.
what I'll do in the future lah. So for now, I'll be a front end lead.
So you like to just say focus and be like the best front end developer there is for companies, and then lead on the
It's
front
not
end.
about generalist or specialist because currently I like front end. That's why I see myself going the front end road.
I
But
see.
when I learn more, maybe it will be generalist.
I see. Okay, good. One thing I want to share with everyone. Actually, I can tell you, right, if you really want to get a very fast career progression in the beginning, my one suggestion is, I think like Jawe is saying, learn to be a specialist first. Even the first 2-3 years, don't even become full stack. Focus on one, front end or back end only. If you're talking about web application, mobile app, or you're talking about data scientist, just focus on one, because when you specialize in one, you have bigger impact, much bigger impact. And you become very good at that thing. Then you can build very solid work for that one area. Although a lot of companies like full stack, front end and back end and all that, right? But try to focus on one. And in your long-term career, if you focus 10 years on just front end, I can tell you, you can get a very good paying, because you there's always new things to learn one in every field, right? So there's always going to be very good field. So awesome, guys. Anyone got any more questions? I'm going to open the floor for a few more minutes. If no, then we can end the session. Okay, I'm going to give 30 more seconds in case anyone is shy.
Yeah, another question from me, Ming. Jawi
Okay,
here.
sure.
Yeah.
man.
So what do you think like the most favorite or the most common use front end and back end language for now?
Okay, I'll tell you the tech stack that I personally myself is bringing my company towards. Okay, so front end we used to do a lot of Vue. Angular is, well, it's dead. Don't touch it. And
Okay.
how I even know this is look at number of GitHub star or go to Google. Just Google things up, right? So Vue was very solid. But Vue is fundamentally by Alibaba, China, right? The Western world, they got Facebook, which is React. React's by Facebook. So React's actually the hottest one out there. But Vue actually is equally good. But now there's a very hot new one called Svelte, as I mentioned earlier, SVELTE. I personally am moving to Svelte for the future. Vue is still very good, very good. But okay, by the way, most company will still stick to Vue lah. But you're talking to someone that likes to work on super cutting edge stuff. So personally, for us internally, we might be moving to Svelte just because we like to be ahead of the curve by 3 years. So Svelte, personally for me, is very interesting. I am actually looking into it. Back-end technologies, don't touch PHP, Python, or Ruby. They are bad.
Okay.
I'm just going to say it. They are bad. For whatever reasons, I leave it to you. Go and research up, okay? JavaScript, obviously, is the most popular one. But if you want to go with the next 3 years, 4 years, Golang, of course, is the best.
Golang. Yeah, I see a lot from that.
Yes, Golang. Golang is in Malaysia is still very little. Only 5% of jobs are Golang in Malaysia. Okay, but you go then you want even more cutting edge is Elixir. So Golang and Elixir. Yep, those are two things.
How to spell it?
ELIXIR.
ELIXIR. Okay.
Yeah. So technologies that are like 5 years, 10 years ahead. Elixir is 10 years ahead. Elixir is 20 years ahead for Malaysia lah, 10 years ahead for US. Even in US also, Elixir is still very niche, but I personally like it because it's functional programming, very interesting technology. Elixir is like those alien language that you learn to become an alien a bit lah. Golang is the very cutting edge. JavaScript is the now. PHP was like, actually Golang is the future. PHP is what Malaysia do now lah, but it's bad, so don't do that lah. JavaScript is also very popular. Your safest bet is JavaScript. So yeah.
All right, cool. Take note on that. Yeah.
No worries. No worries. Okay. Cool, guys.
I have one more question.
Hey, sure.
Yeah, for the data science, most like almost all schools teach Python. Why do you say Python has no future? They are like recommend only two languages for data science, Python and Ruby. So you only pick between these two.
Yes. Okay, sorry. When I mentioned no future, I meant for web development or mobile application. If you're saying okay, from the perspective of data science, okay, Ruby is dead, don't touch it. I recommend, yes, Python is the king. Python is the king for data science. But you want the next 5 years? Next 5 years are the funky one for data science. Very interesting one is Julia, Julia. Very, very interesting. That is next 5 to 10 year one. But a lot of people are looking to it now already, Julia for data science. I also play Julia a bit. Very interesting. You should go and watch the videos about Julia. It's like 10 years thing, 10 years thing. But like you can get some interesting job now also, but it's a 10-year thing. But Python now, actually Julia is 5-year thing, sorry, 5 years. Python, yes, Python is king now for data science. By the way, data science is another topic. We're actually going to launch Sigma School, probably in the future, we're going to launch data science school. Data science is a whole different world. Very interesting concept also, data science. And data science also, there's a special learning path on the data science. And of course, I leave it to you guys to look into it, but you must plan properly. So you don't plan properly, data science is a world where you can get automated out on your job. You learn the wrong thing, you'll get automated, because data science is being automated a lot right now. A lot of automation is happening in data science. So gotta be careful.
Okay. Thank you very much.
No problem. Okay, guys. Well, if that's all for now, awesome to hear, guys. Great to meet everyone. Thanks for joining in. Anything, please chat with us in Mighty Networks. I haven't been there recently, but I'm going to be hanging out there a lot more often. Chat with us on Discord as well. And looking forward to speak to everyone soon, guys. Guys, let's take a photo together. Can everyone on video just for this short moment? We take photo, screenshot. It'll be great to see everyone. Okay, photo. Hey, guys. Okay, Henry, can't see you. Henry changing first his thing.
Yeah, saw his leak.
Henry sings there. Okay. Okay, guys. 3, 2, 1. Yes. Thanks, guys. Great stuff. All right. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Ming. Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye-bye, guys.
Have a great night.
Have a great night, guys. Bye-bye.
And great holiday. Bye.
Yes, same to everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.